Hey, welcome back. You probably missed me yesterday. Decided about 3 or 4 years ago now that Saturdays are always this family days. I don't do any work on Saturdays unless it's like a super duper emergency for a client. Like I don't do anything for myself. It's just exclusively worry free, just focusing on the family. It took many years for me to realize that I needed that we needed that. So it just works out much better. There's no point in kind of having the freedom that having your own business and systems generates if you don't enjoy it. So that's why I wasn't here yesterday. Saturdays will be the only day I don't post anything. Back at the grind today on Sunday. Today, we have 2 sales, either $40 to $50 after fees and the stuff, the money I spent to actually buy that stuff. I want to talk about domains and securing your usernames. So I'm going to show you a couple of different websites. What I like to do for domain names is I will either use Namecheap or another one called Pork Bun. So I'll either usually Namecheap or Pork Bun will have some kind of deal going on where maybe if you buy 2 years of a domain registration, you get the first year for $1 or the first year free, or it's pretty cheap. For a .com, like a traditional .com, you should only spend $10 to $15. If you're spending more than that, you're either getting ripped off or somebody else currently owns it and they're trying to sell it to you. I would recommend, especially if you're just starting out, avoid those. It's not worth the money that most people want for these, and you very rarely want to pay that. So I'm going to show you a few things to check before you purchase your domain, a couple of different tools that are free to use. You want to check like the history to make sure the domain's not blacklisted anywhere, that it hasn't ever been used to scam people. You want to make sure that all the usernames are available for your brand. And again, you don't want to do these searches until you're ready to pull the trigger and you have the 10 or 20 bucks to spend on it. Because in some cases, websites track the searches that are done and they'll go and buy the domain and snipe it out from under you. GoDaddy was very bad in the past about this, which is why I still don't use them. They say they don't do this, but they certainly, I've seen it, I've witnessed it done myself. So I don't use them. Their prices are terrible. Their customer support is terrible. Their UI is terrible. So again, I use Namecheap or Pork Bun. They're great, great prices. And then when that whatever deal that I got, you have to pay yearly to renew your domains. Kids are upstairs going crazy. You have to pay yearly to renew your domain. When it comes up for renewal, I just transfer it into Cloudflare. And we're going to be pointing all of our domains to Cloudflare anyway to handle our DNS entries, which I'll talk about that when we actually build our website. But right now, since I have the business name that I'm going to be doing, I want to secure all of those websites and social media accounts and everything like that so nobody else takes it and we just have it. Even if we're not ready to actually start building anything on it, we just want to snag that now. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so here, this is this Namecheap.com. It's pretty straightforward. Again, I want to be pretty clear that you should not be coming here until you know you're ready to purchase. And when you search and find the one that you want, you need to just go ahead and buy it now. It's very straightforward. Put your idea in. And in this case, I've already bought the domain, but I'm going to run through and just show you what it looks like. Here's a quick search. The results populate. You add to cart. And then from here, it's just like normal online shopping. You want to put in your proper contact information, and you don't want to use an email address that doesn't exist. And what I recommend using is something like Gmail or like a free service that you've had, like if you want to set up a personal Gmail to use for the business, we're not going to use a Gmail that's customer facing. And again, that's a job for another video, but whatever you put here, it'll be publicly available unless you put Whois protection on it, which is an option you can do, which there has to be contact information associated with the domain. When you use Whois protection, that blocks your information from being publicly accessible. So generally for like true small businesses or large businesses, you want your Whois information to be public because it just makes you look more legitimate and more credible. It's easier for people to find you. It opens you up. It is a security threat vector because people can find that contact information. So if you're just a single person or you're running your business out of your home, go ahead and throw Whois protection on, just for peace of mind. Google used to give preferential treatment to domains that had Whois protection open. I'm honestly not sure if that's the case anymore. It's so negligible that it's really up to you. If you want to protect your information, if you don't have a business location that kind of obscures where your actual living quarters are, I would just go ahead and throw Whois protection on it. It should be free. Again, if you're using a proper, a good domain registrar, it'll be free. So a lot of them charge for that. They shouldn't. Again, stick to Porkbun, stick to Namecheap, stick to Cloudflare. They won't charge you for it. And then boom, you put your credit card details in, you fill out your information, and you're done. Congratulations, you've purchased your domain. So the other thing, you cannot do anything. Like if you get locked out of your domain, they're going to need you to verify your Whois information. That's how they do it. So don't lie, don't make stuff up, don't use an email address that's fake. Make sure it exists. Make sure you'll always have access to it so you don't get locked out. All right, first we're going to check. We're going to use this website right here. And this is a tool that lets you put in the brand name that you're thinking of, and it tells you whether that username is available on all these different social media platforms. Because the worst thing ever is to come up with a great idea and then find out you can't get it anywhere. And definitely branding wise, you want to make sure you can get the same username on every platform. It's easier for your customers to find you. It looks more professional, and really it's very easy to like daydream about your brand and like get caught up on your logo. After today, we're pretty much going to leave the brand alone for a little bit, and we're going to do the actual work to get the business built, because we don't want to waste time on logos, on branding and all that stuff, because at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter right now. It'll matter a lot in the future, but right now we need to actually get building. So this is a really cool site to check where your usernames are actually available before you go buy the domain. And then what we do is we'll go buy the domain, and then we'll immediately make all these social media profiles. I'm not going to walk you through making a social media profile in 2025. You go to their site, you give them your email, you upload your picture. For now, on a lot of platforms, you can just leave the profile image blank, because again, the important part is securing the username. So get to the point where you secure your username in all these platforms, and then you're kind of done for now. If you have your logo, if you have that information already, then go ahead and put it in. But right now, what's important is just securing your brand across all platforms and channels. Okay, thanks for watching. I have to get it back to eBaying. I just slapped my lamp. I have to get back to eBaying for today to make up for yesterday. I'm going to try to get 600 in today, because like I said, I seriously don't do any work on Saturdays. It keeps the wife and the kids and myself happy. It took a very long time, because even when I was in the corporate world, I would do 15-hour days every day of the week. Saturdays were the time that I really got the most done, because there wasn't Slack distractions, there wasn't email distractions. So for me to actually get to a point in life where I could take the Saturday break took a lot. And this is my warning to you that a lot of people don't talk about, that rise and grind mentality. It really weighs on you. And it's just, you got to remember why you're doing it. And for me, it's for my family. So if I'm working so they never see me, then what's the point? I might as well not work. But anyway, so thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to dig into like, what is our business actually doing? What are our goals? What does it mean to have a business? Why would you want to have a business? Maybe why having a business isn't good for you. So that's for tomorrow. See you then.